my mindset was like, you know what? You can't make other people happy unless you're happy with
There
yourself.
you go.
It starts with you.
That's a banger right
So
there.
that's where mine came from. Like, I had to be happy with myself first before I could go out there and make other people happy.
But it's... Welcome to 45 on the Hour podcast. I'm your host, Colt 45, and we're here with my boy, Russ. Russ on Wheelz is what he's known for. This guy has the most inspiring story I've ever heard. I've looked into his story. I've heard a lot about him, and I'm actually here at his house. I have the pleasure of interviewing him. So this is our first interview mobile, which is cool. So our first podcast mobile. So it's definitely something different. It's something we've been wanting to do for a minute, and Russ allowed us into his house, so we're here. What's up, dog? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Good, dog. Freaking, yeah, me and Russ, we get tattooed by the same guy, so we kind of connected there, and it was just, you know, we always talk about coincidences and how, like, coincidentally, like, we think that things happen because it's a coincidence, but I don't believe in coincidences. I believe it's like fate, you know? It's like meant to be there, you know?
Yeah, things always happen for a reason, dude.
Yeah. So Russ has a super inspiring story, and it touched me, like understanding his story. I heard his story through Rick before I actually knew you a little bit.
That's right.
But obviously we're going to talk about it today. And I just wanted to get into it, bro, and like talk about you and like get into like the history and stuff like that. Can you take us back to like the moment that changed everything, right? So obviously, if you guys can't see Russ, like he's in a wheelchair, okay? And you're
I'm a C4, C5 complete quadriplegic on a ventilator.
Got it. Okay.
So
how did that become, bro? Like how did that happen? And then like what happened exactly?
So it was May 26, 2013. I was out in Lake Havasu. We're, you know, just a Memorial Day weekend, having fun, you know, all that. And like we were saying before, you know, life could change in a blink of an eye. That's what happened. You know, I was playing horseshoes up on the shore with buddies, and I'm like, I'm hot, I'm gonna jump in the water. Forgot we're in shallow water, dove off the back of the boat and hit the bottom and broke my C4, C5 and became instantly paralyzed from the neck down.
Wow.
Like, I didn't know I was paralyzed at first. You know, the crazy part is I heard my neck break, but I didn't know I was paralyzed. Like, I was face down in the water, probably felt like an eternity, but it was probably realistically a minute and a half. Then my girlfriend at the time pulled me up, like, hey, quit messing around. I'm like, I'm not messing around, like, I can't move. So that's when they pulled me up on shore and then called 911 and all that.
Got it. Jesus, man. How did you feel in that moment where you're just like, oh, this is just like a temporary thing, and like, maybe I just got stunned? Or
that's what you think. You think, like,
yeah,
you know what? Oh, I'm gonna be fine. I'll be good. You know, maybe something just happened. Like it's a stinger or whatever. You know, but obviously, so after they called 911, they came and, you know, got me, and they took me to Needles Hospital, and Needles was like, oh, we can't do anything for him. He has to go to a trauma 1 hospital. So then they loaded me up in a helicopter, flew me to UMC in Vegas. So I spent I think it was like 7-8 weeks in ICU there, pretty much like in an induced coma, and then went from there to Craig Hospital in Colorado.
Got it.
Where I did my rehab.
Well, you did a rehab and everything like that.
Months.
So it was just instantly like, we can't do anything. Yeah. And like all the doctors were like, we can't do nothing for you.
Well, pretty much. They were like, yeah, he broke his neck, so he's paralyzed, you know.
Right. And so from there, there's just nothing. They can't like, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, I didn't know this for a while, but I guess from the helicopter ride from Needles to UMC, I flatlined like 3 times.
Wow.
You know, 3 times in the helicopter, and then once, I think, in ICU.
Jesus, bro. So. I'm glad you're here with us, bro.
Oh, yeah, no,
dude, you've changed so many lives up until then, and we're going to get into that. But before we do, bro, I wanted to talk about mindset up until those first, you know, like what was your mindset like before that? Like, how were you living your life? Like,
dude, I was just like the average guy, you know. I worked every day. I have 2 kids, 2 amazing kids. I was married, you know, and then, you know, we divorced. And then after, I actually got hurt after I got divorced. But I'd work every day, go to work, really like go out, ride dirt bikes, ride street bikes, all that stuff. I would have thought I would have got paralyzed from a dirt bike accident or a street bike.
Right.
Not diving off a boat.
Yeah, I see all like the motocross stuff and the skateboarding stuff.
Yeah,
You're like an active guy and everything like that. Was your mindset like, were you pretty healthy, like mentally, like were you happy? Were you like, oh, my life's this? Or did you ever take anything for granted? Or were you just like, life's just life, I'm just gonna live it?
Bro, I think, if you ask me, I think we all take life for granted when we're able-bodied. We don't think about any of this stuff happening to us. I never thought of it, oh, you're gonna get hurt and be in a wheelchair or something, That was the last thing on my mind.
I remember you talked to me and we were in the tattoo shop and we were talking to me, and the thing that hit me the hardest was when you were like, sometimes a lot of people don't accept their current fate.
Right.
And I wanted to talk about that because I think that's super interesting. People have like different ways that they're living their life currently. Some people are living in the past.
Right.
They're suffering from depression and, oh, this happened to me 10 years ago.
Whatever.
But then you look at someone like you, bro, and you're just like a super inspiration, bro. I see you all over the place doing charity events. You're like happy, bro. You're like, yeah, what's up, bro? It's like the best day of my life. And I'm like, bro, I want to feel like that, And like, dude, that's crazy. Like most people would look at you and be like, dude, like, how do you get by? You're like, dude, life's beautiful. It's amazing.
Right.
Like that says so much about your character as a person, like you as a human being. Like you have more life lived now than most people do currently able-bodied.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Like, after getting hurt was like I was scared after I got hurt.
I was gonna say,
I was scared. I was mad. I was I had all these emotions. Well, I'll tell you this. It's once I was in rehab for 3 months after I spent the 7 whatever weeks in ICU, and when I'm in rehab, it was physical therapy, occupational therapy, working out, speech therapy. So it was go, Monday through Friday in rehab, And so I was always busy. I was busy doing stuff. But the shit got real when I came home. I didn't have nurses by my side. I didn't have to go to PT, OT, all that stuff. All I did was lay in bed and look at the ceiling and go, why me? Cried, depressed, mad, scared. All that, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why did this happen to me? And what kind of life am I gonna live? I was like thinking, oh, I got 2 kids, I can't coach their soccer teams anymore, any of that stuff, So I played that pity card for months,
I was gonna ask you that, man.
Poor me.
Yeah, when did you like start accepting like that okay, I can either accept this or move forward?
It was more like when I kind of, like, after I got home, like, my family got me into, like, going to, like, group meetings for spinal cord, and I met other people that were in wheelchairs, so I was like, whoa, there's another world out here, like, people in wheelchairs. And then I was like, okay, well, if these guys could do it, I could do it. So after like kind of getting into that group of people that have been injured and paralyzed, was like, okay, there's hope, So I looked at them and I was like, wow, they're not at home having a pity party crying, why me? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna accept this.
So it sounds like you're talking about like frequency change, because you put yourself in an environment that was around the frequency that you would have to frequently see, right?
Yeah.
So once you put yourself around that, it became more, I want to say, like almost normalized.
More normalized, yeah. Like
right.
when you're an able-bodied, you just really hang around able-bodied people, So it's kind of got me into that, like, oh, there is another world out there. I'm not abnormal. I'm not different. I'm still me.
Yeah.
I still want to be that, because before I got hurt, I was always that happy guy, laughing, joking.
You still are, bro.
Yeah. So I got that back, and I was like, all right, I could do this, dude.
Yeah.
So it's mindset, it's acceptance, mind over matter, like we talked about.
I like how you talk about that, bro. And like a lot of people, I think they live in like this whole like fictitious world that like things could be better, and then, instead of saying like, no, it is better. Right. And like I get up every day thinking like, man, like I don't have to do this. I get to do this. Like when you start shifting your mindset, like you start naturally feeling better, right? Because you flood your body with different hormones.
Yeah.
First, the negative hormones that make you feel like shit, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, dude.
It's almost like you said. It's shifting your mind to just accept, and that's my big thing. It's like I tell people we have to accept. That's if I didn't accept this injury, I wouldn't be where I am. 100%.
So acceptance.
Right.
That's important. Let's talk about that because you suffered like a devastating thing that most people, some people they lose feeling of maybe their legs or something, or even maybe like their arms. Right? You lost full moment. You literally neck down.
Yeah.
Right, which is probably the top, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I would say, yeah. I could be a paraplegic and have my arms and drive myself. That would be cool, but I'm neck down, fully.
Right, but you've accepted your reality. So accepting your reality kind of turned your life into a different realm, because I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand, is that you can change your reality, right? You can change what you know is the known reality, but then you can move into a different reality,
right.
which becomes normalized, right?
Right.
So like, who's to say that someone that has a shitty life right now can't change it into their best life, right?
100%.
Or something like that, right?
That's things that I also, like what I do, I'll go out there and I'll go speak to newly spinal cord injury patients, tell them, hey, promise you life's not over. But then not only do I speak to them, I speak to like drug alcohol rehab people. I'll go out, my buddy owns a rehab in Redlands. I'll go out there and speak to those guys and tell them, dude, you guys think life sucks right now? Trust me, it doesn't. If I could live the life I live, how I am, what are you complaining about?
Bro.
And then they go, fuck, this guy's right.
Changing lives, dude. So that's basically what you're doing now.
I want to.
Well, you are.
My mindset
I can see it.
My mindset's like, hey, wake up, be grateful that we get to see another day, and go out there and inspire someone.
That's what that was my next question, is how do you wake up and keep going every single day? Like, what drives you, bro?
Dude, you open your eyes, bro. Be thankful you got to do that. Someone else didn't today. I guarantee that. Someone else didn't open their eyes today.
You're just thankful to see another day.
Yeah.
You're thinking of like the possibilities.
Live
You're thinking of the
another
other
day.
things, right? You're constantly thinking of like, how could it be better today? Okay, I can make a difference by doing this, and
Right,
this.
right.
I could do this, and this. It's like I get to
100%.
do those things,
Like
right?
people are like, they go, Russ, I don't know how you live. Like, I don't know how if I could live in a wheelchair. I go, you could. If it happens, what's your choice? Hate life or love life? I'm choosing to love life. I could hate life and be miserable. But why?
Yeah, why, dude?
I got a second chance, bro. Like I could have drowned. I could have died. I could have, my kids could have lost me, or I could have lost them because I died. I'm like, dude, life's precious, dude.
It is, man. And I think that's what you make everyone else feel. Like even just being around you. The first time I met you, I was like, bro, this dude's energy is crazy. And like I feel like energy now because I'm at a different level than I used to be. When I was 37, I don't know if you've ever watched any of my other podcasts, but dude, my energy was just shit,
Really?
man. I was just a workaholic. I couldn't connect with people. I just didn't have any emotional energy for that. I was just so focused on, no, I gotta fix this. And I was always fixing problems and almost thinking of them as like a deterrent.
Were you fixing problems for other people and not your own?
Yeah, I was always fixing other people's problems. And I developed this idea that I was a caregiver. It was my job to take care of everybody else, and I took that burden because that's how I was from birth, pretty much. I took care of my mom after my dad left, and I tried to take care of my little sister, and then fell into the loops of going straight into combat, trying to get away from home, being a knucklehead, not having a father, and then that turned into other things, and I got into, other things, like motorcycle clubs, and just trying to find brotherhood to relieve the not having a father syndrome. And that just turned me into a whole thing. That just kind of made me more emotionless. And then I had to be tough.
Right.
But, we all know that, tough ain't tough, it's hurt.
Yeah.
It means you're hurt, and I think a real man should understand how he feels, in a sense. Not to be like a pussy or something.
No.
But in a sense, like, I understand how I feel, and I have to be aware of how I feel so that I can be healthier for everybody else.
My mindset was like, you know what? You can't make other people happy unless you're happy with
There
yourself.
you go.
It starts with you.
That's a banger right
So
there.
that's where mine came from. Like, I had to be happy with myself first before I could go out there and make other people happy.
But as soon as you did, that energy radiates, man. It does, dude. It's like, it's addicting, bro. Like even being around you, it's like, dude, like I want to hear more about what you say, bro. And I can feel it. I feel it with even like the people that I work with. I can't work around negative people, man. I've noticed that as I've elevated.
They'll bring you down, dude.
Bro, it's a disease.
It is.
Yeah. And so, and I stay far, far away from people that don't have, you know, solution-based results. People that don't want the best for me. You know, people that I've even cut out people in my own family, man.
Really?
Shameful to say, you know, people that I've tried working on, family members. My mother, my sister, I've had to put timeouts on them. I call it timeouts, you know? So when people, you know, want to bring you down because you're doing something right, or they just think that you owe them, or they're hurting, you know, I try to address it, see if there's something I can help. And if I can't, then it's like, okay. And if they keep coming at you with negative impact, then it's like, okay, well, I'm sensitive to this. I know myself. And all these other people rely on me. So I'm going to have to put you in a timeout. So we're going to allow you no access to me for a while. And that's what you have as a choice, I think. And that you have the choice of speaking to people.
Well, I just tell people, you know what? In every negative, there's a positive. So turn that negative into a positive. I guarantee there is. Like, what's the negative in me, dude? I got paralyzed from the neck down. But what's the positive? I've become a different person.
Yeah.
A better person.
A different version.
Yes.
Yeah, and your version's elevated.
100%.
And probably the version you're at right now is probably better than it used to be.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you had life changes.
Yeah.
That force you to elevate, right?
Elevate, become better I've learned, you know, I've become a stronger person, a better person.
Better character.
Yes, yes.
And that's something to say because a lot of people can't even figure it out being able-bodied, man. And that's what I want to say is because they have the options to get a pump in, to get their elevation up. Like, you can't do any of those things. You literally have just your mind.
Yeah, heart, mind.
Your heart and your mind, and your feelings. And you have to keep a good conscious state here. And people have so many other options to elevate. And so like vibration, you know, and there's vibration and frequency, right? So frequency is what you frequently see around you. That's like the environment. And then your vibration obviously is how you feel inside, right? Love and hate, right? There's like the diagram, right? If you've ever seen that online.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But the closer that you can get to love, the better, right? Because then you vibrate at your best, right? And I think that a lot of people don't see that. And a lot of people have trouble getting to vibrate at that level. And so, you know, like I coach people and stuff. And so what I do is the first thing I tell them is you got to get a workout in. I'm not sure how I would coach someone like you except for telling you positive things, right? Because there's two ways. Yeah, there's two ways to elevate vibration, you know. And one is a physical, intense exercise, right? That gets your blood flow going. And then the second one is to think and practice positivity and gratitude. That's it. Those are the only two things. So you practice it by, you know, helping someone or just saying I love you to somebody, or, you know, trying to just give yourself selflessly instead of selfishly taking from.
For sure.
You know, I want to talk about faith and purpose, man. We talked about this briefly before, but we were talking about faith and whatnot. And did that change your faith at all? Like, did it kind of elevate your faith? Did you go, man, there must be a higher power out there, or, you know, maybe someone's looking out for me because I got a second chance?
Right. No, it
made you like speculate maybe or something?
I looked at it different, for sure.
Did you?
Because like before I got hurt, I never really thought of that. But after I got hurt, I was like, you know what? There's a reason I'm still here. You know, there is someone above. You know, I've never been the real religious person, but after getting injured, I was like, you know what? There definitely is a higher power.
Me too, man. And I always go by this thing. It's actually on my Instagram, man. It's funny. I put half hood, half holy.
There you go. Yeah, I like that, dude.
Because like I ain't gonna be able to fake the funk saying that I'm perfect. You know, I ain't never gonna be perfect, man.
No one's perfect.
Yeah, no, and I mean perfect in the way that like I'm a human being.
Yeah.
You know, but I try real hard, man, and I know that God's got a lot of work to do on me. You know, and I think that He's got a lot of work to do on all of us.
Right.
You know, and now what I always try to tell like the viewers and people that watch us is that you may not be perfect, but we're all perfectly imperfect people.
100%.
You know,
but we learn from our mistakes.
Yes.
You know? I'm not perfect. You know, I haven't been perfect my whole life, but have I learned? Yes. Have I grown? Yes. And that's what life's about. Life's about, no one's perfect. No one's born perfect.
You think that you were chose for this? Do you think that like there was like a journey that you're on, and then
I
it
do.
was like you're chosen to like, because like, and this is like something maybe I relate to you on. This is what I'm trying to find. Always try to find a way to relate, you know, to everyone I work with on this.
Right.
So for me, like I feel like all the shit that I went through, you know, and continue to go through, with, you know, people that constantly are trying to take from me, people are constantly trying to hurt me, all these other things in my life, which has been in most of our lives, right? I always try to figure out like, why me?
Right.
Why me? You know? And now I don't even think about why me. I start thinking like, no, it's because I was chosen. Like, because God personally knew that I could handle it. I believe he thinks that I could handle it. And that's the reason why I was chosen. So therefore, I have to be able to correct and help the people that I used to be.
Funny you say that, because that's what I say.
Yes.
Like, he knew I was strong enough to handle it. And he wanted me to go out there and go give hope to other people that are in my situation.
To get them through it.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's the reason.
You know, that's why I think I got put in this position.
So basically, in a sense, you were the offering.
Yeah, I guess if you want to call it that way.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I see it for me, because I struggled with emotionless feelings forever. And it's funny you say that, because like in the military, we go into the Marines or the military, and we go in there with feeling emotion, you know, understanding life and whatnot. And then when you get out, they give you the keys to turn off your emotions when you go in the military, but they take the keys away from you. They don't give you the keys to turn them back on when you get out. And so that's the thing that I'm trying to change. And that's my future goal, is to somehow get into like the program of the VA, the out system, and say, hey, before these people transition, we need to turn back on their emotional feelings. Because I think that's the number one reason people get depressed and they end their lives, you know? Because everyone has a value to their life, even if they don't see it, I think, personally. Even someone that doesn't have any use, even someone that's laying in a bed, you know? I've even seen guys there's a guy that lives in a, what is that, tank? Where he lives in a compression tank and he literally can't move at all.
A chamber? Almost like a...
It's like a chamber. It's like some sort of iron lung.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a thing on that, and I was like, because I was trying to think, there's always someone that has it worse than me.
100%.
So he has it worse than you. He can't even he can't even look but left to right.
Yes.
You know, and you can move around, you can go talk to people, you can be mobile. And that dude's lived in that. I mean, I saw a thing on it, you know,
I know
for
what
years.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
And he did, you know, he read books, he wrote a book and stuff like that. Just amazing, you know, that like you are the reality that you set yourself into. And if you believe that you're meant for something more, you can expand your mind and you can change the physical presence of how you feel just by thinking differently, you know?
It's always funny because people always go, oh man, I'm sorry you're in a wheelchair. I'm like, dude, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I'm like, bro, I probably live a better life than you.
Straight up, dude. Straight up, man.
Don't feel bad for me, please, because you don't need to, because I still live an awesome life, dude.
Dude, you do, man. I see all the shit you do online, dude. All the stuff with like donations and like you do charity events and stuff like that.
You know what? You give back, you know.
You're a selfless person. And it says a lot about your character. That's automatic trust to me.
Right.
When someone's selfless, and I see, and a lot of people joke around about this. I have people that are, you know, sometimes hateful. Even like my past friends, they're like, "Dang, all this Instagram stuff you do, man, it's stupid,
You're
bro.
fake,
You're fake. Yeah, you're trying to like, dude, you just don't understand. I'm growing. Right. I tell them I'm growing, and they're like, "What? What do you mean?" I'm like, "I'm growing emotionally, man. Like, there's a different limit to what we see."
No, it's 100%.
And you got to promote what you're doing because it does help people. People see that, and they live by what you post. Some people live through the eyes of Russ.
I try to, dude. That's why I try to post something inspirational every morning. You know, I try to post, you know, I do post something inspirational every morning just so someone else out there could go, oh, you know what? If Russ could do it, I could do it.
Fuck yeah,
you know,
dude.
My life, why am I crying? I could get up, I could feed myself, I could take a shower, I could brush my own teeth, I could get myself dressed. Russ has to have a nurse get him dressed, get him showered, get him up, get him all that, dude. And is that guy complaining? No.
You do with what you can. I even see like what you do with like your phone. I was like amazed. I was like, wow, dude, like you're operating your phone by yourself by just using your mouth, man. I was like, dude, you use everything you got left, man.
Bro.
You got the last 20% left in the bag. You're like, dude, I'm going to use every single moment, man.
For sure.
You know?
You got to make the best of it, dude.
Dude, totally, man. What's the hardest part, I'm curious, about your daily life that people wouldn't understand?
You know, I don't think anything's hard in my life.
There you go.
But is there stuff I need help with? Yeah. I went from dressing myself to having to have a nurse dress me. I went from doing stuff on my own to now I have to wait for a nurse to take me here, take me there. You know, I used to be like a real, like, on-time person. Like, if I wasn't 10 minutes early, I was late.
There you go.
And then now it's like my nurse, now I have to wait on them. If they're late, I'm late. And I used to do that first. It used to drive me, pet peeve, dude. I'd get so pissed. I'd get mad, and I'd be like, oh, I'm late. But it was out of my hands. I can't control that, dude. I could tell her, hey, we need to leave at this time, but I'd tell her that, but we still wouldn't get there.
Would you say that like changed the way that like your independence is and stuff, and you became maybe more humble?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
And
it's crazy
it goes back to me accepting it and going, okay, this is part of my new life. I have to wait for someone to take me here or there instead of me doing it myself when I want to do it.
I think that's what I had to accept with my life. I had a hard time accepting that my dad had left my mom to go be a female. I had a hard time accepting that. Until I was literally like 35, 36 years old. It took me years.
Right.
Because I just didn't accept it. I kept fighting it with anger.
Right. But you can't change it.
You can't change it. And that says a lot about you because you developed after all this that like, hey, this is something that I can't control, and you accepted it. And how much more easier once you accepted your life?
Life comes way easier, bro.
Once you accept your fate.
Happier.
Right? This is my life.
Yeah.
This is how it is. Right. You just accept it.
100%.
Because there's a lot of people out there that probably just don't accept what's going on right now because they have things that are out of their control.
100%. I know guys that are 25 post that are paraplegics that could push themselves, drive themselves, and they're still pissed that they're in a wheelchair. And I'm like, bro, what are you mad about? Like, you could do whatever you want. You could get in your car and go. I can't. What are you complaining about? You could feed yourself. You could get a drink. You could do whatever you want. Like, why are you so mad? Like, get over it. Accept it. It is what it is. It's life. You know, the cards life deals us. We got to play it. Make the best of that hand. I got the shittiest poker hand, but I'll make the best of it.
There you go.
You know?
It's your outlook. It's how you see things.
100%.
I don't know, man. That's crazy. That was a hard hitter right there.
You know, and it's like people go like, Russ, if you could walk tomorrow, would you?
That was my next question. What do people say that frustrates you or unintentionally hurts you?
It doesn't frustrate me or hurt me, but I just tell them, you know what? No, I wouldn't. And they go, what? Why? Why wouldn't you want to walk again? I'm like, bro, if I wasn't in the position I'm in today, if I haven't been in this wheelchair for, it's been 12 years now, like, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be the strong person I am. I wouldn't be the caring person I've become. I wouldn't have met the people I've met. Would I've met you? Maybe not, maybe. But, you know, I've met so many amazing people being in my wheelchair. And I accepted it. I accept that this is my new life. I look at it like this. I go, shit, walking's overrated for me now. I could live my life in my chair. I could live an awesome life. I still live an awesome life. What do I need to walk? I'm good. I don't need it. You know, people are like, whoa. I don't know, maybe that's my mindset. You know?
But that's your current reality and that's what you have, and you've kind of let go of the control that, like, I can't change this.
I can't.
Right.
The power above, if he wants me to walk, maybe I could, I don't know. But if I did, cool. I'm cool. If my limbs came back, cool. If not, I'm totally fine with it, dude.
Have you ever tried to like what does it feel like? Out of curiosity, I was just curious. Like, do you feel anything at all?
Nothing from the neck down.
You can't feel like a tingly feeling or anything like that?
No.
Not at the end of your fingertips or anything like that?
Nothing, dude. It's probably like numbness. You know, your body's numb, you know. But your heart's working, your mind's working.
Right.
So my body's numb, but my heart and my mind are 110%.
Solid, bro.
Yeah.
The solidest mind I've ever freaking heard, bro. Right here, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, straight up, man.
You know, like, again, like, I never thought I'd live a life like this, but again, the cards got dealt to me, and I'm playing them.
Dude, I'm curious, like, what does a day look like for you, bro? Like, what's a normal day? Like, tell me, like, you wake up at 7, 8, 9.
Dude, I'm up like at 5 o'clock in the morning. I've always been a morning person. You know, I got away, you know,
Time you go to bed?
I usually go to bed like 9:30, 10 o'clock, you know. But just days, just get up, freaking do my morning post on Instagram. I call it that I retired at age 36.
There you
When I
go.
broke my neck, you know.
Yeah, that's
So,
cool. Look at
you
it
know,
as like
I
your time.
just go out, get up, you know, go outside. Like my big thing is I hate being inside.
Yeah,
I will not let myself stay surrounded by four walls. I need to get outside, get some sunlight, get some fresh air, dude. That, you know, that gets me going, dude.
that vitamin D, man, it really changes
Dude,
you, right?
I'm telling you, if I get stuck in the house for a week, dude, I'm pissed. Like, I need to get out of here. Get me out of here. Get me outside, you know.
Yeah.
I'm an outside person. Ever since I got hurt, it's like, so when I broke my neck, it's basically like my internal thermostat of my body broke. So if I get cold, it takes me hours to warm back up, and I hate it. So I hate the cold weather. So like summertime's like my favorite time because I'll go out there and sit in the sun. Get
That's
that
kind of cool, man.
vitamin D, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I have to be careful with that too because my body can overheat internally, you know, because my body's not letting out the heat that's, you know, that I'm pulling in. So
Right,
you gotta
okay.
be careful, like when you're outside, you know, and you know, I hate the cold because I can't warm up.
Right, I see what you're saying. Your house is pretty mobile though. Like
Yeah,
it's super, you know, like one story, it's like perfect and
Yeah.
everything like that. So 3 meals a day or 2 meals a day?
Yeah,
or?
just, you know, three
like eat
meals,
normal?
breakfast, lunch, dinner, normal. You know, at first, when I first got hurt, no, I was fed by a G tube, so everything was liquid. You know, couldn't eat nothing through the mouth.
But now you
No
can.
water, nothing. Like ice chips, bro. It sucked. I was
Right.
like, dude, are you kidding me? I'm like, I would beg my mom, please give me a cup of water. And she'd be like, I can't. I'm like, please. Here, we'll give you some ice chips. I'm like, dude, you know how satisfying a whole cup of water sounds like right now instead of
Man.
sucking on some ice? I'm
You
like,
remind
this
me of
shit
some like
sucks,
Marine Corps
bro.
days, dude. Like that's like Marine Corps
Yeah,
days, man.
dude.
When they were like, oh yeah, you know, like they would give you a canteen and it was always like warm water you had to carry on you, and like once you got a part of some cold water, it was like get the humble stuff,
Right?
you know?
Yeah.
That's something to say, man. And I think that like a lot of people miss that. And so what I talk to a lot of people about, I talk about this on my Instagram all the time, is adversity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Adversity stings, man, but it's something that needs to happen, you know? Like embrace adversity, like challenge
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
And honestly, like, so people that, you know, like for me, tattooing sucks, bro. It's painful as hell for me,
That's
bro.
what everyone tells me. Like, Rick tells me, you're a cheater. All my buddies, you're a cheater, dude. You can't feel it, dude. You know, because I'm blasted everywhere, dude.
Yeah, you're blasted, dude. Where do you got? You got your legs done?
Legs, stomach,
What, all the
arms.
way up to like here?
Yeah.
Stomach? I know, I seen your stomach,
Stomach, chest, everything. dude.
chest, everything. You going neck and everything?
Sides, you know, rib cages, and I was like, thank God I can't feel it.
How much farther are you gonna go, bro? You gonna do your neck?
I'll probably do a little bit up on my neck, you know. Rick wants to get my back, so
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
So,
I see what you're saying, because you got to sit on your back a lot, so it's
yeah.
a little
yeah,
discomfort.
I don't know if how good it would heal or any of that.
Yeah, I think I don't know. That's kind of a good question.
Yeah.
Rick would probably
So,
know that
yeah.
answer, yeah. But that's cool, man. You did all your legs and stuff like that. I want to talk about some of your tattoos, bro.
I had some tattoos before, but I got 90% of them after I got hurt, you know.
Bro, I got 90% of mine after I freaking got my mind back.
You know what it was? Is all the stuff I believe in, you know, strength, believe.
Yeah, you got like one right here, bro, that says never give up.
Yeah.
With an up arrow.
Yeah.
So sick.
It's like,
We love you, Dad, and it's
like
got
the
your kids'
stuff I
names right
believe.
here.
Yeah, those
Love,
like my
Reese,
kids
and Riley.
Yeah, my kids like drew that stuff. So you know, stuff that I had to Rick put on me for that my kids drew, or like my daughter drew that donut on my knee.
I was to say life could be worse.
Life could be worse. You know,
Freaking crazy, powerful, dude.
you know,
Loyalty.
loyalty. You know,
That's a party. Do you believe in non-negotiables?
yeah.
Okay. I wrote out my non-negotiables. It's something I make everyone do. When they first sign up with me,
Right.
everyone comes to me like lost for the most part. Guys are just trying to figure it out. And I always get them into some physical fitness program, get that blood flowing.
Well, dude, I think when you get physical fit, you feel better in your mind. You know,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're overweight and not happy, you don't give a shit. But you start, getting physical fit, you go, oh, dude, I'm feeling better. I look better. It makes yourself feel better.
Correct.
So,
And I believe that's something that can help people, like anyone. And I believe that like dieting is like the number one thing.
100%.
The kitchen.
Dude,
It's all about
I am so bad at that dieting because like I can't work out, dude. So if I don't watch what I eat, dude, I'll blow up, dude. You know.
Bro,
And
I'll get you. I got something for you,
after,
bro.
at first, like when I first got hurt, I was eating. I didn't care. I was eating everything. I was like, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, dude, you're getting big, bro. You need to freaking chill out. And like, it's not like I go, okay, well, let me get my ass in the gym now. No, it was like, shit, dude, I gotta stop eating so much and drink more water. You know, and now that's all I do is drink water. I don't drink soda, nothing, dude. You know, I didn't drink soda before I got hurt, really, but like, I had to watch what I eat, dude.
You just got to be in a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I always ask people is like, how much do you weigh?
Right.
And then we go from there, you know. And then,
Dude, I think I got hurt at about one. I was probably
how tall were you? Or how tall?
5'6".
5'6"?
Yeah. But I was into working out and all that. So I think I was like 5'6", and I was like probably like, I would range anywhere from like 180 to 190, you know, depending on.
About my size. Yeah, I'm like 185 right now.
Now I'm like 178, you know. But I fluctuate, dude, because I'll go up, go down, because I'll have those weeks where I'm like, oh, I'm going to eat burgers, I'm going to eat this and that, you know, and then I'll be like, I got, because after I got hurt, I became a diabetic, too. You know, I'm a type 2 diabetic, so now I got to watch, my carb intake, my sugar intake, all that stuff, you know.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I try to stay away from the sugars.
Oh, dude,
I noticed, like, how old are you, Russ? How old are you?
I'll be 49, dude.
Wow, man, you look so young, bro. I was gonna say he was like 38, bro,
Yeah,
like
dude,
something like that, man.
Dog.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm 42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I noticed like once I hit like those late 30s, man, I started having issues with sugar. I'd have sugar, man, and it was like stuff just wouldn't stay in my stomach,
Yeah,
man. It was like fast moving.
Well,
you know?
nowadays, dude, there's so much crap in the food, you know. So.
Yeah, I eat a lot of protein now.
Yeah.
Protein makes me feel so much better, bro. I feel mentally better, physically better. It's just better with time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude, it's been pretty cool, man. I wanted to get back into your tattoos. Do you want to like get your head done or anything? I was curious.
I do have one
Or no?
on my head. I do have one.
Do you really?
I have.
Oh, cool,
I
dude.
have Life Rolls On.
Yeah, that's your thing, right?
Yeah,
Life rolls
yeah,
on,
dude.
dude. That's the sickest thing ever, dude. He's got a saying,
it?
"Life rolls on." That's his
is
thing,
on
and
my
it's on
head?
his Instagram too. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, what do you want to leave with people like that see you that are, you know, maybe in this state or maybe something close to it that are like, dang, bro, my life sucks right now. And I reach a lot of people that like, you know, reach out to me because they're, you know, in this part of like changing their life and they're trying to figure it out.
Right. Right.
What would you leave people with, man?
Dude, what do I leave with people is like, life's not bad, dude. Life's not that bad. I don't care how low you think you are. Someone else has got it worse out there. Like I said, I don't even have it that bad. You think I do, but I don't. Like, again, life's not that bad. Life is what we make it, bro. Life's what you do with those cards, how you play those cards, you know? Make the best of it, no matter what, you know? Dude, if I could make the best from being paralyzed from the neck down, you could do it, you know? You could change your mind. You could be more positive, not so negative, you know? It's mind over matter, you know? If I could do it, you could do it. And again, I don't even have it that bad, you know?
What do you think defines like a good day to you?
I get to wake up. If I wake up, I'm happy, dude. I'm not, you know, life is having ups and downs, you know? If you don't have ups and downs in life and you're flatline, you're dead. You know, so if there's no ups and downs in life, you're not living life. You're dead.
Right, because if you have downs in life, that doesn't mean that the ups are going to feel any better. You have to have the downs so that you cherish the ups.
100%.
Right.
You gotta know what it's like to be down. You know, life's not all about peaches and having fun. It is about having fun, but it's not fun every day. You know, if you live life, you're gonna have your ups and downs. So accept them, take them, work them out, do what you got to do.
What do you think able-bodied people knew about life in your position? What do you wish they would know?
You know, it's really like just if you know going from able-bodied to paralyzed. I don't know if like there's nothing you could say like I wish something they knew, but it's just accepting it, dealing with it, still going. Like, you know what, I could push through this, dude. I could still live. You know, my life's not over. You know, that's my main thing is like believe in life still. You know, life isn't gonna always be, you know, happiness. You're gonna have your ups and downs. You're gonna go through hard times, but when you do, figure it out. Figure out what you can do to make yourself happy. Make the changes you need to make you happy, to keep living a life.
There's always a way out.
There is.
There is. You know? I believe that no matter how deep you are into some shit, no matter how worse you think it can be, it could always be worse. There's always a way out.
Right? Yeah. Just like
if
the
you're
tattoo on my
action-based,
leg,
right?
it always could be worse.
Because you're action-based. I think that's the reason why you get through it so easily is because you're like actively motivated. You're like, let's get up. What's going on for the day?
100%. Like,
hey, what's going on Instagram? I'm here. I got a purpose.
Yeah.
Right?
I got able-bodied friends that are just like, hey, what are you going to do today? I don't know. I'm like, get out there and do something. You know, life's too short. You know, you're here today, gone tomorrow, dude. Go out. If you're going to go out doing something fun. You know, have
live life
fun
with no
every day.
regrets,
Yeah.
or live life with regret as your guideline.
100%, dude.
Yeah, dude.
No regrets, dude. You know, it's like that's like you said. That's how I live life. Like, stay positive. Don't play the poor me card. Right? That's the one thing I can't stand is playing the poor me card, because I could play that all day. But do I?
Nah.
Fuck no, dude.
Don't seem like it.
I make the best of each and every day, dude.
How's the relationship with your kids, your family?
Great.
Great.
You know, I think after getting hurt, it brought us. It definitely brought my family, me closer with my family. You know, so you know.
You know, it's challenging that you say that because I think a lot of people wait till something bad happens to get close to somebody.
Right.
You know,
like before I got hurt, I wasn't like. It's not like I wasn't close to my family. But I can tell you now, I'm definitely closer.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And
brought you closer together, like because they almost thought they lost you.
And like, I'm talking like with my siblings, my sister, my brothers, and all that. You know, because when I got hurt, so basically when you get hurt, when you get paralyzed, it's like your days are different. You know, you're not going to the restroom by yourself. You're not feeding yourself. You're not brushing your teeth. So you need someone to do that for you. And when you're in the hospital, the nurses do that, you know. And when you come home, I came home in October. I didn't get my nursing till January. So you got November, December, January before I actually got some home private nurses to come to your home. So from, you know, November, December, who's doing that stuff? Dude, do you think you have your sister and your brother helping you go to the bathroom? You're going, dude, this is freaking weird. But you know what? If they don't help, you're screwed. You know, you gotta do all this stuff. You know, so that, you know, again, going back to, you know, does it bring you closer? Fuck yeah, it does. You know, because it's like you have your sister and your brother and your parents doing stuff to you that you're like, what is going on? But if they're not helping you do this stuff, you could die, you know? So it definitely brought me closer.
Brought you closer to your family.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of people can learn from this, just in closing, is that we all learn things differently. you know, but don't wait till something tragic happens.
That's why I always say, like, don't hold a grudge, you know, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So if I hold a grudge against someone and they die tomorrow or I die, it's like I was never able to, you know, the last thing I remember with them is me being pissed off. That sucks.
Life's too short to be pissed off all the time.
100%.
Who said that quote? Someone said that.
I say that shit all the time. Dude.
Yeah, life's too short to be pissed off all the time.
Life's too short, dude, you know.
Yeah.
Whether you're pissed off, like that, again, it goes back to, you know, like just, you know, making you a better person. Like, you know, you think like you're pissed at someone. Really, like, is it really that big a deal? No, it's not, dude. Just get over it. You know, figure it out. You know, there's always a way to fix it, dude, you know.
That's powerful, dude. I don't think a lot of people have the courage to say that, dude, because a lot of people are just so bitter.
Yeah.
Just so live in bitterness, you know, and they can't forgive, you know.
No, 100%.
I feel like you're like the first person to be like, nah, it's cool, man, don't worry about it.
Dude, I am,
you know?
dude. Nowadays I am, because I'm like, you know what, is it really that big a deal? Like, yeah, I'll be pissed about it. I might be pissed at you for a day or a week, whatever, but I'll get over it in the long run. I'll get over it, you know. Like I remember when I first got hurt, when I came home, my girlfriend had left me, and I was fucking pissed, dude. I'm like, you're leaving me at my lowest time in life, you know? And I was so pissed. And it took me, like, dude, I think I held a grudge for like a year before I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I can't do anything about it, you know, and it happened, and like she would call, and I was like, oh, I ain't answering that. Forget you, you know. You left me. What do I don't need to talk to you. But after holding that grudge for so long, I really like laid there and just like, really, Russ, you gonna be that guy, you know? You're gonna hold that grudge? And I was like, I can't. So one day she called, and we had like, dude, we literally talked for probably 2 hours, and I was like, oh, you know what, cool, all right, you know, I'll be your friend, you know, apologize, all that stuff, and I was like, yeah, cool, old water under the bridge, let's move on, you know.
Because what are you going to do about it?
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
100%,
right?
dude.
Like you have no control over it.
No, it was done, it was over, she did what she thought she had to do, and, you know, was I pissed off? Yeah, I was. And dude, like I said, it took me like a year. And then after that, I was like, ah, Russ, what are you being a dumb shit for? You know, like, it is what it is. It happened, you know. Again, that goes back to like, no one's perfect. You know, we're not perfect. We all make mistakes.
It's pretty cool how you see life now, man. You see life so differently.
Yeah.
And I think it all comes back to like just being humbled. Like you were humbled so hard, and you just had to figure it out probably the hardest way possible. When
No,
people
it was.
these
It
days,
wasn't easy, dude.
Yeah, and most
100%.
people don't even have to do that. They have like no complaints, like
Right.
nothing to be, you know, maybe they got like a bill that they can't pay, and they're freaking out about their life. They're like, my life's over, you know, and like all this small like petty shit, you know, and it's like, it doesn't even have to be like that, man. And look at what you're dealing with. You make it like so easy, bro. It's like, that's just so inspiring, man. And you got so much of a gift to give. And honestly, man, it's like, it's people like you that allow other people to continue their lives.
Well, again, and
You know?
I hope people do see it. Like I said, I want to inspire at least one person a day. You know, if I do more, awesome. But at least one person a day, like, if I inspire you, my job's done.
It's powerful, man. Where can people reach you at?
Russ on Wheelz.
Russ on Wheelz. Russ
With
underscore.
a Z.
Was Russ
Yeah,
underscore.
Russ underscore on underscore Wheelz with a Z.
With a Z.
Yeah.
There you go. And then in closing, what's the future look like for you, bro? Like, what do you have coming up? Like, do you got anything coming up? I know you had said you got like a benefit thing or something you gotta do.
Well, next month I'm going to New York.
New York.
Yeah, go see Korn play out there with System of the Down. I'm gonna go out there with some buddies. Dude, just live life, dude. That's
Dude, this guy's got Korn on his wall, bro. You got a guitar signed by who?
the whole band, Korn. Brian, Monkey, Jonathan, all those guys, you know.
Dude, that's so cool. Did they give you that guitar?
Yeah.
And then who's this other guitar right here?
That's POD.
POD.
Yeah, Marcos and Sonny. And
Sonny.
then a cymbal from Strung Out.
Dude,
Jordan, my boy Jordan.
Dude, it looks like he cracked it, bro.
No, he cracked it. And then they signed it and gave it to me.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah. Then I
Says
have,
your name on it.
I have a guitar in there from Pennywise, and then another corn guitar. So.
Dude, that's so freaking
Yeah.
sick. Did they actually use these guitars and cymbals?
No, the cymbals used, but I think these other ones were, they just signed them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So freaking cool,
Yeah,
man.
but
You changed a lot of lives, man.
I try, dude.
Keep doing what you do,
Try,
bro.
brother. I appreciate it.
Dude, you're freaking powerful, man. I'm pretty stoked that we got to do this.
Yeah, no,
especially so
thank
soon, man. I was like last minute with it. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I gotta get you on right
Yeah,
now,
thank
bro.
you
I was like,
thanks for getting me on, dude. I feel
bro.
honored.
dude, you're good, man. Maybe one day we'll do it. We'll run it again, man. We'll have something bigger. Maybe we could do a big charity event or something.
Yeah,
you know,
something, dude.
like that.
Yeah.
We've done some in the past. I've done one with Rick in the past.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think we were trying to do like a toy drive
Cool.
in December or something like that. It was
Yeah,
pretty cool,
that'd
bro.
be rad.
Yeah, but like-minded people stick together, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, you know what? Like we say, it always could be worse, bro.
That's it, bro.
Life could be worse.
Life could be, but life rolls on, right?
Life rolls on, dude.
There you go, bro.
No matter what. Like, life's not going to stop, dude. It didn't stop because I broke my neck and became paralyzed. You know, I had to learn how to keep living.
Yep.
So,
Well, I'm proud of you, bro.
yeah, thank you, dude.
No one's ever told you
Appreciate
that, man. You know, I'm proud of you, man.
Thank
'Cause
you.
You inspire me, and there's not a lot of
Good.
people I look up to,
You know,
man, and I look up to you now, bro.
I appreciate
so
it,
you
dude.
keep me going.
I appreciate it, man. Thank
Yes, sir. Dude.
Thank you.
You can find Russ at
Russ on Wheels, or Russ _ Wheels with a Z.
There you go, with the Z. And that's on Instagram?
Yes, sir.
He's on Instagram. Find him. He's got a bunch of followers. If you got anything to ask him, I'm sure he'd be willing to,
Send
throw a
me
message back or something like that. You got
And
questions?
everyone that messages me, I always get back to them. So
He wants to
send
help
me a
one person a
message.
day. Make that his mission. So you're his mission.
Yes, sir.
You got something to say, reach out to him. He's here for us.
Yes, sir.
As well as I am, too.
Yes, sir.
I'm always online. So until next time, guys, get up, get after it, and get some.
Bitch, don't get too comfortable. Better not get too comfortable. Better not get